No, it can't be. Eddie, it can't be. There's no way. Is it? Wait, is it actually? There's no way. I thought it wasn't it. Wait, there's no way it's that. There's no way I got it, because I was... Wait! It is it! That is it! Yes! Wait, what? I thought I didn't get it! I thought I didn't get it! I thought it was A2! Eddie Cat Gaming! Oh my god! What? How, dude? Eddie, what? I thought it wasn't it! That is .7! Yeah, it actually didn't have mic. It actually didn't have mic. No way.
All 3D Mario games have some kind of unique companion that makes them interesting and different from each other. Sunshine has Flood, Galaxy has Luma, 64 has the Cloud Guy, and Super Mario Odyssey has Cappy. For all of these games, these companions are pretty much required, and Odyssey is no exception. The core ability that Cappy introduced into the Mario series was capturing stuff, where Mario throws Cappy and transforms into whatever special thing it hits. This ability is used all over the game, and it's pretty obvious you need captures to progress, right? Well, that's actually not the case. There's a speedrun for Super Mario Odyssey called Minimum Captures. The goal of the run is to beat the game with as little captures as possible. And the speedrunners who do this category are very, very close to making this capture mechanic completely obsolete. Today, I'm going to show you how they've done it. The insanity that is minimum captures. This story starts just 1 month after Super Mario Odyssey was released. At the time, the game was able to be completed with just 16 captures. And here's what the run looked like. A wire capture to leave Cap Kingdom, a chain chomp to get the first moon, 3 gold chain chomp captures to beat Madame Brutal, a Sherm to beat the Mecha Wiggler boss, a wire to reach the Dragon boss, 5 wires to progress through Bowser's Kingdom, a Pokio capture to climb a wall, another wire to reach the Mecha Brutal, then Bowser and Moon Kingdom, and a final wire to beat the game. To get the amount of captures this low already, speedrunners had found a ton of capture skips. In Cap Kingdom, they skipped the frog capture, which was supposed to be the capture tutorial, with a tight jump right at the start. In Cascade, they could skip the 2D section, and by extension, the large chain chomp with a tricky jump from the ribs of the fossil. In Metro Kingdom, they skipped a wire with a big jump to enter the city. In the Mecha Brutal fight, there was a really tough strategy to climb up it without the use of a Pokio, and finally, there was a trick to completely skip the Moon Cave Gauntlet in Moon Kingdom. So that was it. 16 captures, and at the time, it seemed like that was the true minimum. But as the game aged, people started making discoveries. The first capture to be skipped was the chain chomp in Cascade. A clip out of Bounds was found, where if you jumped up to the Odyssey area early and ground pounded a certain spot, Mario would just go through the floor. With this, Mario could simply swim out of bounds and hit the first moon from below, without even destroying the fossils around it. This lowered the captures to 15. The next capture to be skipped was a little unexpected. Some modders got a hold of the game and realized that the final wire to escape the moon wasn't actually a capture in the first place. Because it's a part of a cutscene, the game's code doesn't actually consider it a capture. And so, by around May of 2018, it was down to 14. But not really. There's something I haven't told you about yet. The nut. At the end of November in 2017, just a month after the game came out, 000AJ discovered a glitch using a nut. It turns out, if one of these nuts gets wet by being thrown in some water, Mario can throw the nut, then dive into it, bounce, and grab it at the same time. This wet nut jump can be repeated indefinitely, giving Mario infinite height. The problem with this glitch is that it's hard. Like, really, really hard. The jump has a 2-frame window to be done successfully. That's like 1/30th of a second. If someone could chain enough of these 2-frame jumps in a row, they could theoretically skip a capture. The last wire in Bowser's Kingdom, as there's water and a nut right before the capture. But it was so difficult, no one was even willing to try. Like, if you messed up at all, Mario would die, and you'd have to restart the jump all over again. Now, if you know anything about speedrunning, you'll know that speedrunners really like to push the limits. If something is theoretically possible in a game, with enough time, someone will inevitably start grinding it out in order to be the first to do it. And in this case, with the nut jump, Grady was the first. On October 16th, 2018, almost a year after the glitch was discovered, and after 6 months of practicing the nut jump, Grady committed to doing a run. He reached the nut in Bowser's Kingdom in just over an hour, got it wet, and began to nut jump. On his very first attempt, he nearly made it, but missed an input right at the end. He kept trying until an hour and 40 minutes later, when, after 50 consecutive nut jumps, Grady became the first person to ever successfully skip the last wire in Bowser's Kingdom. He finished the run, and the minimum amount of captures was down to 13 for a while. In the following months, a few other runners managed to pull off the nut jump and hold the speedrun world record for the category. Fearsome Fire, Timpani, and myself, actually. There were a few theories as to how another capture might be skipped, and the most promising one involved skipping the Madame Brutal boss fight and her 3 gold chain chomp captures. To leave Cascade Kingdom, you need to collect 5 moons, and at first glance it seems like getting that amount of moons before the boss fight is impossible, because most of the kingdom is essentially locked before the boss is defeated. The sub-areas don't exist, and extra moons aren't available. The only moons present in the kingdom before the Madame Brutal fight is the first moon, which we determined can be collected without a capture, chomp through the rocks, which requires a chain chomp to open, behind the waterfall in the 2D area, which